All right, here's the current situation in the car right now. So I took apart like 90% of the harness's loom. And the point is my buddy wants to run ABS in his car. He's got like a 95 to 97 Integra. And his didn't come with it. So I'm giving him like the pump and the ABS ECU, fuse box, but he needs the plugs. And I could just cut it off, but I want to make life easier for him. So I'm going through the entire harness and pulling the entire wiring out. This is the right side of the car, ABS stuff. And luckily Honda made all the ABS stuff with bright orange plugs, so you know which ones you need to remove. It's just keeping it organized that's kind of a pain. All right. Damn, that was a lot of work. All right, we got all the harness out for the ABS. So we're looking at right now, so I'm gonna start taping it back up. Alright, so I'm starting to tape everything up here. I'm gonna tape all the way to where it plugs in. You can see like I've divided it into sections. This goes to the door. The Haltech display uses these buttons, right? It comes with two buttons. It's basically to go through the menus. So I went ahead and drilled a little hole in here to run the button, so I'll put the red one right underneath it. Yo, that's gonna look sick. That's AC. Got everything run through here. Coming out like the fender area. Just gotta clean it up inside. Trying to get everything plugged back in, see where it's gonna go. I've reconnected the fuse box here, plugged everything in. There's a bunch of connectors that you won't be reusing. I'm just gonna have to tie it up and hide it back there. I am ready to put the dash support beam back on and then throw the dash in and connect everything. So aside from that, I decided to do something new. If you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff, you know I post a lot about Pokemon. I love Pokemon cards. So I'm actually lucky I'm able to hit a lot of cards. So I'm going to start opening packs during my videos. I think it'd be fun. Just open a random pack, right? So let's just start the video by opening one, right? It's Prismatic Evolution. Well, that pack was an L. Alright, so start working on the car, and then a little later I'll open another one. So this is the 4-piston ported RSX Type-S Oil Pump. And to install that on a K24, you actually need a bunch of other small things. And we picked all that stuff up from Honda, like a new baffle. This is like a clutch cover thing. Got new valve cover gasket kit. All the little miscellaneous bolts and brackets you need to not only install the RSX Type-S oil pump, but also to mate the transmission onto the motor. because I bought it separately, so it doesn't have the bolts, right? So I had to get all the bolts for that. Got like manual transmission fluid, like Honda Bond, all that good stuff. Also got a brand new RSX Type-S half shaft. I've begun wiring, and so I basically took apart the whole harness inside, right? And then I cleaned it up and I ran. So on this side, I've got the headlight, turn signal, and AC. So they all come all the way out here. I'm waiting on some more loom and electrical tape, but so we got the plugs, and then from here I can just run it however I want. Like I can make it real clean, like for the headlight I can just come through here. I could just come through here for the headlight, or you know, wherever. But just so there'll be a lot less cables in here. And I am gonna plug like this stuff up, and I cut a hole down here. I'm gonna run the harnesses and stuff that through down there so it won't be really visible. I just found these online, so apparently these go to the fronts. Yeah, got the ones that go to the rear. I removed the hard line, so these will go straight to the rear. And these go from those to the caliper itself. So the prop valve sits right here, right? And it's gonna be kind of ugly with the line just going everywhere, because when you do the case swap you see like a lot of this exposed. So I'm gonna drill some holes, like maybe like over here, and then move the prop valve here, but you need the rib nut tool, right? And that way it'll be like more hidden. I can run the lines like across here instead of sticking up here. Yeah, like so you guys know I ran the wiring for like the power steering and AC and all that through the fender. So what I'm gonna do is have these go like under the frame here and basically plug in where they need to from underneath so that it's like hidden. And yeah, so that way you have no wires showing like anywhere around here. And also like the windshield wipers too. I was running no wipers. I even took out like the motor and everything for it, but I decided to run the wipers because it's gonna be like a crazy street car. I wanted to have power steering, AC. I'm gonna run 2 seats in this one, no rear seats. But yeah, I'm gonna run the wipers. So I actually ran the harness through the cowl. I'll show you. There's some stuff that came in from Japan. Like these are made by TopFuel Japan, and they're hood pins. Because I'm gonna delete the latch. So I'm just gonna run pins. And then Zero Fighter hood struts. And then these are the Seeker wipers. As you can see right there, it's actually the harness for the wipers, and it goes down through there, straight down into the cabin, and then I siliconed it up. Actually, you're gonna drill the hole, you're gonna deburr it, put some touch-up paint, ran the harness, and then I siliconed it up on both sides. So, should be good. And then what that does is, it just cleans it up, you know? Like before that, I tried running the wire out of here, straight through here, out of there, and then having it go up. But it was so ugly just seeing the wire like coming out of the fender right there. And now is run the brake lines. So obviously we don't want to contaminate the brake lines, right? So alright, right side of the car, got the brake line in. So on this side, just waiting on the Paragon big brake kit. Make sure you like tape up the end because you don't want crap getting in there like dirt. And here's the line over here, and the engine bay sticking out right here. So we're gonna run it like really low into the prop valve. Put the other 3 corners in. It's got that line in. So all we're gonna do is just secure it so it's not hitting like the trailing arm or anything. You know what? Let's open another pack. See what we get. Just go to Hybrid Racing channel and then you can see all the videos. I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Hey, y'all can watch a movie with me.
Take this piece off. This is the oil chain tensioner. For the oil pump. This bolt.
Look at all this crazy stuff for the oil pump on here. Need to get rid of all that. Holy! Check it out. This is what you're getting rid of. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh this thing. 11.75 pounds. So 11 3/4 pounds. And what we're replacing it with, basically this baffle. Okay, got the new pump here. It's the ported 4-piston one. Alright, see how much it weighs with the baffle. It is 4.1 pounds. Alright. Oh, yo, you see how it goes black and white right here? So, in the Japanese limited edition DVD, it's actually in color still. But for some reason on the American one, they did black and white. Probably too much blood, but yeah, I've got the limited edition Japanese one that my buddy got while he was over there. One word of advice, loosen all the bolts first. Because the last thing you want to do is like take out 3 and then you're on that last one and it's still tight. And just from like trying to loosen it with some torque, it could like shift the whole thing over. Alright, so David on the video is saying you got to cut here, right? A bracket to make it clear this. But it's already cut on the 4-piston one. So we got to remove this plug. Because there's an O-ring. And this is going to shoot out, so you're going to have 0 oil pressure. So basically, I gotta pull it out and then put a bolt in with some Honda Bond. Oh my god! Oh, it's already threaded in there. Dope. This one does hurt. Alright, should be good. Alright, 3 bolts he's talking about here. Here they are from longest to shortest. Longest here, I'm assuming. Right there.
This one? And this one? This one goes here.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to tell because like the housing, the bolts will only fit in one spot. So I'm gonna start cleaning up, but the oil pump is in. Check it out. Looks pretty fire. All the new hardware and chain. Even though we're unlucky right now. Oh. So I asked some buddies which LSD I should run, and like every single one recommended MFactory. This is a Helical LST. Oh, cool. It's got all these crazy stickers in here. It's pretty badass. Really nice. This is the Skunk 2 Alpha K-swap header. Check it out. This was actually supposed to be on back order till like late May, but I guess they came in. Check it out. Okay, so it's been some time in between videos. I've had to record a lot of stuff and I need to edit it, but I haven't had a chance really. The oil pump is in. I'm gonna reach out to Skunk 2 about some miscellaneous stuff like a new oil pan. I like their oil pan design, and timing chain cover, valve cover, some small stuff. So after that, we'll install the water pump housing and the alternator. And I did move the battery to the trunk. So I relocated it here. I'm gonna run the wires for it through the seat pillar to the front. The plan is I'm gonna ground this wherever I can on the chassis close to here. I think you can underneath this cover. The power wire, it'll go directly into a 100 amp circuit breaker, and then it'll continue on. It'll go into the fuse box, which is gonna be up in the passenger footwell area. So it'll go into the fuse box, and then another 12 volt will come out of that, and that'll go to a distribution block. And on the distribution block, it'll split into two. One will go to the alternator and one will go to the starter. Yeah, I'm gonna loom it all up, of course. Excited to get that done. All the wiring for that should come in tomorrow. Remember guys, these batteries are crazy. They're insanely light, like 6 to 8 pounds depending on the model you get. This one's 7 pounds. And they do have like a self jumpstart button right here. I mean, it even comes with remote controls where you can jumpstart it yourself, like without even have to press a button. And so what it does is the battery will go into sleep mode once it reaches a certain amount, and so it can never die. It'll leave just enough juice where you can jump itself and then drive and charge. So of course you guys saw I got the UC-10 installed. I actually got to take it back out because I saw their latest update. You can actually put a reverse camera wired up into the harness for it. So I've got a reverse camera that goes into the head unit, but the head unit on the 90s cars is like really low, right? Take the wire out of the connection for the head unit and pin it out where it can go into, I believe it's just 2 pins on the back of the harness connector for the UC-10 display, and it does like a AVI mode where you can do audio video in it. So that's pretty sick, and it's got like the little lines, the parking lines and everything. And of course it'll know that you're in reverse based off the gear selector. It'll know you're in reverse and it'll automatically show the camera. You guys saw the wiper blade stuff. So for now I decided I'm gonna run the booster with just some stainless braided lines, and we gotta hide the prop valve, I don't know, somewhere low so you can't really see it, but we'll get it all clean and installed nice. Got the starter in from H Motors Online. The BLOX Racing harness bar, I was just gonna run a harness bar temporarily, then get a cage later on. I wanted to promote some of the stuff by BLOX Racing because they're part of Tuner Brands, which makes like Hybrid Racing, BLOX Racing, and DC Sports. But one bad thing that happened is maybe FedEx that delivered it, they might have lost the hardware because there was like a little damage on the box. Just like this one, I mean, look at this. The box is split. I don't think they're handling it very good. Hopefully nothing fell out. So yeah, they lost the hardware on the BLOX Racing harness bar. I reached out to BLOX Racing and luckily they sent out a kit. It'll come tomorrow, like all the hardware, and I'll install that. That'll be in the next video. So I wanted to say thank you to the new sponsorships I picked up. For one, MFactory Racing. And another one that's coming in Monday. I actually picked up Fuel Injector Clinic, and I'll be running the 2150cc injectors and lifetime cleaning for me. And they're gonna throw in a whole bunch of swag for me too. I'm so excited to make the content for them. Who else did I get? Oh, Paragon. You guys know that I run Paragon rears and the FK8, the 355mm 2-piece kit. And dude, I love these rears. So what happened is I reached out to Paragon and I was like, hey, can I get a kit for the DC2? So the kit that they offer for the DC2 Type R is a 295mm, but it doesn't clear because the caliper actually touches the innermost part of the spoke close to the hub, and it's because it's not concave enough there. So I was like, hey, can you extend it out? And so what they're doing is they're making me brackets and basically a kit to run 330mm rotors, right? Oh, here it is. Electroless nickel plating. Okay, so yeah, I went with this option on the right here, and it's like, it looks like a shiny polished finish with red lettering. It's gonna be badass. So I can't wait for that. I did do the fitment test on it. I'm gonna make a little reel on that and installing it. They said it'll take about 3 to 4 weeks, so maybe 3 weeks left. But yeah, the pads and calipers for that will be here tomorrow. So that'll be in the next video. Like I said, huge shout out to Paragon, MFactory, Fuel Injector Clinic. Let's open up these last two. See a Pokeball. Is it a Master Ball? Oh. Yeah, stay tuned for the next one. It's coming together. It's almost there. I've got all the wiring ready. Like I'm ready to put this motor in, but I really want to drive it and get it on the ground and then see what other changes I want to make, because once I get it in the car and up and running, it's basically going to come right out, because so I'm going to mark all the holes that need to be filled so the bait can get shaved and repainted. So yeah, the motor's going to come back out, and then I'm going to probably build a motor at that point and then start building the stuff for turbo. And while that stuff's getting all painted and nice and pretty looking, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about the brake booster, and then throw the motor back in with turbo, and then we move on to all-wheel drive, right? And at that point, I'm definitely going to need a cage. Stay tuned, guys. Super excited. Oh, man, that's what it was. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, I just remembered my other sponsor here. Clutch Masters, yay! So Clutch Masters, they hooked it up. Got a hydraulic throwout bearing, clutch lines, and of course their 725 series. Oh, it's got the clutch alignment tool, and the 725 race version twin disc. Appreciate it, Clutch Masters. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know now, I love Pokemon cards. These just came in. I got 4 boxes of 151 booster bundles. If you guys liked how I ripped some packs between my breaks, you know, I'll continue to do so even though I didn't hit anything on the video. I don't know why I have the worst luck. I'm hitting so many special illustration rares when I'm not recording. But yeah, if you want me to continue to do it, let me know in the comments, right? It's pretty fun. It's a nice little break from the seriousness. Yeah, what I'm gonna do now is clean up and get all my stuff organized, so tomorrow will be another productive day. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, turn on notifications. This thing is gonna be an absolute monster on the street, so you're gonna wanna follow the build.